Hutch needs help. Hutch needs help. Oh my goodness, man. What a bad game. What a bad game. Defense was not good at all. Offense struggled massively. Lost 38-6. Lost by 32 points. 32 points. To the Ravens, who I definitely think were beatable. And it continues to show that every team that is not in our division that we always lose to, we're just going to lose to them. Seahawks, I don't know when the last time we beaten them was. Long time ago, I will tell you that. Lost to them this season. Ravens, I don't know the last time we beat them. It's been so long. Lost again. So it just proves to show. I mean, doesn't matter who's in our regime or anything. There's no hatred toward our team. I'm just saying, any team that we've had a consecutive loss to that's not in our division, it's just going to keep going, because I swear to God, we can never beat a team that has beaten us so many times. But outside of the fact, what a bad game this was, man. What a bad... I just don't understand how we played this bad. We scored 6 points. We need Montgomery back. I didn't know Montgomery was this big of like a miss. Like, we need him that bad. But yeah, I mean, it was that bad. That bad. Gibbs, I thought he played very well today. He was one of the bright spots on the team today. He had like 66 yards and has scored his first career touchdown. Unfortunately, his first career touchdown was in garbage time. The defender just gave up on him because he didn't want to take a big hit from Decker. So that's unfortunate for Gibbs that had to be his first career touchdown. It was in garbage time. And a play that he probably would have got tackled on if he didn't give up on the play, the defender. So, but I have 2 players that balled out today. That was Gibbs, and Gibbs also had like 8 or 9 receptions for like 40 yards or something like that. So he can definitely catch the ball. But my other player of the game, of course, is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Set another career day in receiving yards, 13 receptions, 102 yards. He's incredible, dude. He's top 10. Anybody that doesn't argue he's top 10 is crazy. Goff played okay. He threw for a lot of yards, but I think 150 to 200 yards I think he threw for like 280 yards or something like that. I'd probably fall off on that, but he threw for a lot of yards, but I guarantee 150, 200 yards of them was just garbage time, because it felt like in the fourth quarter he gained like 200 yards passing. And of course we were losing by 38 at that point, so, or 35 or 32, whatever. So, but I am mad, dude. Let's go over to, oh, by the way, our offensive line, I don't know what was up this game. It was horrid. It was horrid. We allowed 5 sacks. This was the most sacks we've allowed since, I think, 2 years ago in 2021. I don't remember giving up this much sacks at any time last year. It was terrible. Craig Reynolds, by the way, barely didn't get any carries. Had 3 carries this game. I expected him to have like 5 to 8. 3 carries. Don't understand. Divine Ozigbo got activated, didn't get any carries. And unfortunately, perfect timing. Right after I make a short of Muhammad Ibrahim highlights coming back to Detroit, he gets hurt on the first touch of his NFL career on a punt return. And he, with a hip injury, he was down on the field for like 2 commercial breaks. He got carted off with a bad hip injury, rushed to the hospital to get surgery. He's obviously probably out for the year. Just my boy can't stay healthy, man. I'm telling you, if he actually gets a shot sometime, he is going to be good. I could honestly see him potentially being a starter someday. I think he's that good. But, aside the fact, that's unfortunate, but offense really struggled today. Josh Reynolds only had 2 catches. I understand he got like 40 yards off of it, but still 2 catches, that's it. Marvin Jones was ruled out, so of course he didn't get anything. Khalif Raymond had a couple grabs in there. All in our, Sam Laporte had a couple grabs in there, but all in our offense was not good. O-line, again, was terrible. Goff was okay. The only people who I thought were really good on offense was Gibbs and St. Brown. Now, heading over to our defense, who, there's multiple ways we lost the game, but this is the main reason why we lost the game, in my opinion. It was horrid, horrible, horrible. Secondary, absolutely terrible. Pass rush, the worst thing I've ever seen. We have had 1 sack in the past 3 games. 1 sack. And guess who that came from? Of all people, Julian Okwara. Julian Okwara. And it was a 1 or a 2 yard sack that he got. Hutch, the reason why he hasn't got any sacks, what do you know? Don't have anybody to help him out because he's getting double, triple teamed at this point. I swear to God, he's only gotten to the quarterback hurries a few times. I swear to God, quarterback pressures a few times because he is getting double, triple teamed, so he can barely even get to the quarterback because everybody else has been garbage. Garbage. Charles Harris got benched this week. He got benched. Got benched. Romeo Okwara, I don't know what's up with him. He will no longer get any pressure. I remember when he got that 10-sack season 3 years ago. He balled out that year for us. And we extend him to a 3-year deal. I believe this is the last year of his deal. I believe he has had 2 or 3 sacks so far in this 3-year deal, combined with all the years. We have to trade for a pass rush guy. This is ridiculous. We are middle of the pack, just slightly below middle of the pack in terms of sacks this year, but that is because the Atlanta game where we got 7 and then the Packer game where we got 5. Every other game has been 1-1-1-1-1 because those games combined, the Atlanta and Packer game, 12 sacks right there. I believe we have like 15 or 16 sacks right now, which means Alex Anzalone got the sack. We didn't get any sacks week 1. Got 1 sack in week 2. That was Alex Anzalone on a busted play. Week 5, the sack from, no sacks. And then last game, Julian Okwara got a sack. And then this game, no sacks. Not even close. Have to trade for somebody. This is ridiculous. Now, I thought after the Packer and Atlanta game that we still could use a pass rusher, but it wasn't as deadly as like what we thought. I'm all on board with getting a pass rusher. If we trade for somebody at the deadline, which we need to, it better be a pass rusher. I don't care if it's a defensive tackle. Don't care if it's a defensive end. Just somebody who can get to the quarterback and help Hutch. Because Hutch would be one of the best defensive ends in the league if he could actually get some help. The reason why he's not maybe doing as maybe impactful as we thought maybe so far is because he's getting double and triple team and nobody is helping him out. Nobody! Now, it sounds like I'm screaming SOL and that we're going to suck rest of the season. We should rebuild. No. Only fake Lions fans do that. I'm not a fake Lions fan. Not saying any of that. But I'm just saying we need help on the defensive line. And I am mad. This is the first game this season where I've been mad. Yeah, the Seattle game was heartbreaking, but I wasn't really mad. I was just sad. This game, I'm mad. I am so mad. Don't know how we lost to 32 points. I wouldn't have been shocked if we lost this game, but 32 points. So literally the only good thing about this game is that we could potentially still be 3.5 games ahead of the division if Minnesota loses tomorrow. Or today, I should say, because this will be uploaded Monday because I don't want to update it on this day because it's not in the mood. So, need a pass rusher. I don't care if it's Chase Young. Don't care if it's Brian Burns. The Jonathan Allens went up there potentially because he's angry with the Commanders right now. People are talking Max Crosby. You're ridiculous if you think we're trading for Max Crosby. He's cost so much money, and he will cost so much capital, there's no way Holmes will do it. And I wouldn't even want to do it because he's just going to cost way too much. Another guy I would think of that a lot of people haven't been talking about, I know he's in the conference, and he plays for a good team, the Eagles, but Josh Sweat. Nobody's talking about him. I understand that because they're a good team and they're in the conference and stuff like that. But he's a good pass rusher. I'm only mad if we trade for him, but it'll probably cost a little bit of value because he gets you like 10 to 11 to 12 sacks a season. But I'm going to try to wrap this video up here. Whole defense was terrible. Riley Patterson, by the way, for special teams, didn't attempt a kick. Not an extra point. Not a field goal. Secondary. I'm going to get off the pass rush because I'm so mad off the pass rush right now. If Holmes, by the way, does not trade for anybody at the deadline, I'm going to be so mad. Now, there have been a couple people bringing up, like, running back and stuff like that. Dude, guys, don't do that. Derrick Henry's been some rumors going out there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give up that much capital to have Gibbs, once Montgomery comes back, be the third stringer and won't get any snaps till next year at most in terms of being at the running back position. Don't do that. Like, I'm not mad at bringing in another running back to help Gibbs out while Montgomery's out for the next 2-3 weeks. Like, Leonard Fournette is out there. I wouldn't be mad if we brought him. I think he's terrible at running the football. At least he averages like I think he had like 3.5 yards per carry some last year. It was dog water. It was terrible. But just somebody to help out Gibbs. He can be better than Gibbs. He can be just slightly worse than Gibbs. Just somebody to help Gibbs out. But we don't need a superstar running back because the Montgomery's not going to get the amount of snaps he needs. Same with Gibbs. So just please don't bring in a superstar running back. Again, we do need a running back to help out Gibbs, but we don't need a superstar because that's stupid. We just should have kept Swift in that case. But secondary for defense was terrible. Cam Sutton played his worst game as us, I would say. Will Harris is terrible. Terrible. I don't know if I brought it up on the channel, but I always never liked Will Harris. I thought he was a fourth-string, fifth-string corner at best. Backup safety, third-string safety at best. Terrible. And Jared Jacobs was out this week, so I really do think we do miss Jacobs a lot, which is a little bit surprising because I thought he was just okay. I understand he's got 3 picks this season, but in terms of coverage and stuff like that, I thought he was just okay. So, apparently do miss Jacobs this much because Branch was back this week, and he played a lot of snaps. So, it was horrid. Jack Campbell also played his worst game as a Lion. I thought he was terrible in coverage. He was not good. He made one nice tackle at the beginning of the game, and that was it. I have no studs for us on defense. I don't. And by the way, this was obviously, I expected this heading into the game. I know I didn't make a preview because we got back from our family vacation. So I didn't really have time to make a preview or anything like that for this week. So I wasn't even planning on doing one because I don't want to be rushed to getting back. I just want to sleep because it took a long time to get back and we were gone for a whole week. So, and yes, I did watch the Buccaneers game. I did. I watched it our hotel. I did. I thought we played very well that game. But focus on back to the Ravens this game. It was bad. Really, really bad. Hopefully we can bounce back next week. Again, the only thing that's good is that we kind of needed this blowout loss. I know I hate to say that because I'm a true Lions fan. Nobody wants to lose. But even Dan Campbell said in his press today, today. I've been getting this all mixed up, I swear to God. I'm recording this on a Monday, so I feel like I'm saying everything wrong. But Dan Campbell said today in his press conference that he think that the Lions maybe needed this loss because that way they'll be fired up for next week to whoop the Raiders' butt and just dismantle them. So again, the only good thing about this week is we'll still hopefully, probably, most likely stay 3.5 games ahead in the division. Because the Packers lost yesterday and the Bears won yesterday, but that's only their second win. So we'd still be 3.5 games ahead of them. And the Vikings are playing the 49ers today, and the 49ers, in my opinion, are the best team in the league, so don't expect them to win, especially without JJ. So I expect the Vikings to lose by at least 2 scores. This will be the first game this season, I think, where they lose by 2 scores. So see how it plays out. That's the only good thing about this game, though. I mean, what a terrible performance. I just want to get this off my chest and move on to next week because it was horrid. Holmes, I swear to God, if you do not trade for a pass rusher, I swear to God. Swear to God. And Broderick Martin, get him on the field next week. I don't care if you have to bench Benito Jones. Do it. I think Benito's a solid player. But give Martin a shot because we traded up for him 2 fourth-round picks to get up to the third, and he hasn't played a single game for us yet. That's ridiculous. If he was like a later-round pick or something, it'd be a different story. But you can't trade up for a guy in the third round and he's not even played a game yet when we clearly need him a little bit. Clearly need him. God, man. But yeah, guys, I'm not screaming SOL. I ain't doing anything like that. But hopefully we can bounce back next week. My 2 breakout players game was Jahmyr Gibbs and St. Brown. Everybody else I thought was just okay or bad. To turn this thing around next week, we'll be hungry, obviously. And I hope Campbell and Glenn and all that. By the way, Ben Johnson probably had his worst game as an offensive coordinator for us. I didn't like his plays that he drew up this week. But and Aaron Glenn did not do good either. But hopefully we all bounce back next week. We're going to be hungry. We should whoop the Raiders, honestly. And yeah. What a terrible game. What a terrible game. But we'll move on. We'll get the W next week, and then hopefully still be 3.5, 4.5 games ahead in the division. So I'm not concerned, nothing like that, but I'm just saying Holmes better trade for a pass rusher. And if it's not a pass rusher, it needs to be somebody in the secondary. So one pride. Let's go Lions. Let's fix this, man. Let's fix this.